You've definitely seen these viral IQ tests pop up in your feed, right? But have you ever really stopped to think about what they're actually measuring? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're not just taking the test, we are taking it apart, piece by piece, to see what it can, and maybe more importantly, what it can't, tell us about intelligence.
So here's the hook. They claim only 9% of people can actually pass this thing. The big question is, are you in that 9%? Let's find out. Go ahead and keep track of your score as we go through these puzzles together.
To set the stage, these tests love to throw around names like Einstein, Tesla, and Da Vinci. These are the people we immediately think of when we hear the word genius. But what does that word even mean? And how in the world do you measure it?
Well, that's where the formal definition comes in. The intelligence quotient, or IQ, is supposed to be a standardized way to measure a few very specific things: your logical reasoning, how you tackle new problems, and basically how fast your brain can process information. Think of it as just one specific slice of your total mental ability.
Okay, let's dive right in with the first set of challenges. This whole section is about pattern recognition. It's about your ability to look at a jumble of shapes and see the hidden logic, the secret rule that connects them all.
All right, here we go. Puzzle number 1. We've got a star jumping around this wheel. The question is, where is it going to land next? Take a good look at the pattern. I'll give you a second. Lock in your answer?
Did you get it? The answer is A. So as you can see, the logic here is all about acceleration. The star isn't just moving randomly, it's speeding up. First, it jumps 2 spots clockwise, then 3. So the next logical step, of course, is a jump of 4 positions, landing it right on A.
Let's try another one. Now, this sequence is a little trickier. We have a series of shapes and they're all changing. So what comes next? You're going to want to pay close attention here because there are a couple of different patterns happening at the same time.
And here it is. This puzzle is a fantastic example of how these tests layer simple rules to make things more complex. So 2 things are happening at once. First, the number of straight lines goes up by 1 each time. And second, the color just alternates back and forth. So you're looking for a 5-sided shape in the next color of the pattern.
Okay, I hope you're warmed up because we're moving on. Let's see how this builds into our next section, the numerical logic gauntlet. This is where we shift gears from visual patterns to your ability to reason with numbers. Ah, here's a classic. What number is next in this sequence? 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. What's the connection? What's the secret rule that ties these numbers together? The answer is 21. The trick here is to look at the relationship between the numbers right next to each other. You see, 1 plus 2 is 3, and 2 plus 3 is 5. If you follow that pattern all the way down the line, 8 plus 13 gives you 21. Okay, let's try a different kind of number puzzle. We've got a square with 4 numbers inside, but one of them is missing. Can you figure out the rule that connects them all and find that missing piece? If you got 7, you are spot on. The logic here is so simple, but only once you see it, right? In every single complete square, all 4 numbers add up to a grand total of 28. So for that last square, you just add up the numbers you have and figure out what you need to hit 28. And for our final round of challenges, we are moving into the world of verbal reasoning. This part tests your ability to find logical connections using words and ideas, not just symbols and numbers. Take a look at these 4 words. Which one of these is the odd one out? Excitement, happiness, nervousness, or hope? Think about what connects 3 of them and what makes that 4th one different. The one that just doesn't belong is nervousness. The logic here is all about the vibe of the emotion. Excitement, happiness, and hope, they're all generally positive feelings. Nervousness is the only one in the group that we usually think of as negative. All right, our last puzzle is pure logic, so listen really carefully to these 3 statements. They're all true. Statement 1, Sophia is the oldest. Statement 2, Grace is not the oldest. And statement 3, Emily is not the youngest. So based on all that, who is the youngest sister? The youngest sister has to be Grace. Okay, let's walk through it together. Statement 1 tells us Sophia is the oldest, so she's out. Then statement 3 tells us Emily is not the youngest. Well, if Sophia is the oldest and Emily isn't the youngest, there's only one person left for that youngest spot. It has to be Grace. And just like that, you've made it through the test. Congratulations! Now it's time to tally up your correct answers and decode what your score might mean, at least according to the people who made this test.
Go ahead, count up your points. This table gives you a rough idea of where you fall on their scale. If you're up at 14 or 15, they're calling you a genius. 11 to 13, strong reasoning skills. And look, if you scored a little lower, it's not a judgment, it's just a suggestion that maybe some more practice with logic puzzles could sharpen these particular skills.
But before you get too attached to whatever number you got, let's get to what is, without a doubt, the single most important takeaway from all of this. And honestly, the test creators themselves say it best. Intelligence comes in many forms. An IQ test only evaluates one aspect.
And this slide right here illustrates that idea perfectly. A test like this, it's great at measuring your logical reasoning and problem-solving skills, but it says absolutely nothing about your emotional intelligence, your creativity, your physical intelligence. I mean, the list goes on and on. There are countless ways for people to be smart and capable. So, that brings us to our final big takeaway question. This test was a fun workout for one part of our brain for sure. But if a score like this doesn't capture the whole beautiful, messy picture of human intelligence, then what does? It's a fascinating question and definitely one worth thinking about.